On average, people spend 7 hours every day looking at their phones. Many people are fine with that, others aren't. I'm in the camp of folks who want to cut on their screen time. So far I had some moderate results. I removed all social media apps and cut a bunch of other things, which generally made me feel more optimistic, more motivated to do things in my life, and generally I feel a lot of fulfillment from that. So obviously I want to continue, and the problem is that the more you cut, the more difficult it is to make the next steps. You get more friction, and sometimes you get some other apps filling the void of the ones you removed. So I've been thinking how to progress further. I got inspired by the way how do I track data in gym. The truth is that I've been trying to go to gym forever, as long as I remember myself. And I would never stick. So I would go for 1-2 months, and then I would get bored, and I'm just gonna quit. So that's how it worked for many years. Until a little bit over 2 years ago, I started tracking every rep, every set, every exercise. So I've been very consistent in tracking. This helped me to understand what my progress really is, and putting it in this perspective helped me to compete with my past self. And by doing so, I also got much more motivation to stick. So I've been going consistently ever since. And it worked. It worked across pretty much most of my exercises. You're welcome to read the article if you want. So I decided to see if I can employ the same approach to the screen time. I recognize that there are many applications to solve the screen time problem. I'm not the first one, I'm pretty sure I'm not the last one. And the reason why I ended up building my tool is because I want to do things differently from how they're currently being done. So most of the applications I found, they would block the app. They're going to be actual apps on the phone, and they're going to block the application if you use it more than you want to use it. It never really worked for me. I would just click cancel button or change the settings and allow myself to continue. I would just get annoyed by those notifications. And the problem with them is because there is no nuance. Some of the screen time is productive, other screen time is unproductive, and they want to focus on cutting on unproductive screen time. And neither of those applications would actually factor the nuance of using the same application for productive and non-productive uses. So that's the reason why it exists. The idea is that you're going to spend some time looking into your screen, like extra screen time. I recognize how ironic it is, but it is what it is. And by tracking the time manually, you reflect, you acknowledge that it happens. You also can combine the number from different platforms, and you get AI insights. So if I'm gonna sign in, you can see that I've been tracking data for some time. And you get some insights that's okay. I actually spent more time on chess than I did before. And it gives me a comparison that if I were to spend this time on learning Spanish, I would actually reach B2 level in about a year, which is a very sobering statement. It puts things into perspective, and that's something what I find very motivational for myself. And it also highlights the trends which I didn't know. I actually didn't have any idea that I'm getting better on using less of the YouTube, which is great. I want to keep doing it. And then I also have some information about the rolling average of my screen time, which is also helpful. It helps me understand that, okay, some days for good days, some days for actually very bad days. And how do you know of this? So when you track your time, the killer feature of this application is that you can add a note. For example, today I spent a lot of time on LinkedIn, but it hasn't been just me doom scrolling and reading posts. It's been me interacting with somebody in productive fashion. I've been doing my job. And then I had the egg comments that, well, I used a lot of it today, but I consider most of it to be productive. And then AI is going to factor those notes into AI summary. So it helps you to track the nuance and give some notes. You can also use notes to identify the reasons why did you have more screen time for a specific day. You can say that, okay, I've been sick, I felt demotivated, I just wanted to get through the day. That's why I just use my phone to distract myself. And it's going to help the AI to understand the reason for the spike and explain the spike in the future cards. Make sure that it factors in the trends and doesn't destroy the trends. You can always change the way how things look in the chart. And of course, everything is hosted in Europe. Everything is GDPR compliant. You can always remove your data, and there is no vendor lock. If you want to quit, you can always export the data by downloading the CSV. If you end up using the app, I simplified the onboarding experience for you. So, this one. Once you register for the first time, you're going to see onboarding experience. You can choose the apps you want to use. I mean, apps you actually don't want to use, right? You pre-select them, you click Save and Continue, and then you can see those applications were already pre-created for you. And when you're going to be adding entries, you don't have to type them all yourself, you just select the application and you start tracking. It helped me, I hope it's going to help you, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye-bye.